Frozies! McFrozen Nuggets here, coming to you with another video, and I am finally, and I really mean it, getting around to doing my review of the rather rare Hi Puffy AmiYumi Rockin' World Tour Bus playset. Now, I want to give a full explanation as to why it's taken me this long to actually review it. Or why I haven't reviewed it until now. So, first off, as you probably know, when I first got it, Yumi's hairpiece was not exactly put on correctly, and the bus also has a little bit of like fade, sun damage, presumably, because the colors are a little bit faded. And then my Ami figure, in regards to her right arm, is now kind of just limp when it's not really supposed to, but the reason why is because I just wanted her arms to be down by her sides the majority of the time. So now, unfortunately, she can't exactly play the drums, but I mainly use this for a display piece anyway, so yeah. And obviously, as you can also probably see, I also did paint on their eyebrows and whatnot. And yeah, I know some of you are probably cringing over the fact that I opened this thing up because I got it for a pretty good deal. $74.99 sealed on eBay with shipping and handling, bringing it up to $95.90. But I was gonna open it up anyway. Just wanted to have some of the merchandise from the show from back in my collection and actually have it. I will say, if I'm ever able to find another one, I'll definitely keep that one sealed for sure. Again, if I find a good enough deal on it. If it's something similar to what I paid for this, or even lower, I'm jumping on that thing. Or even better, maybe I could possibly send it to one of my friends. Possibly. But anyway, first off, let's take a look at the box. And here is the box. It's actually a pretty decent size, too. Obviously, in the, inside, you have a nice little background. You can see a stadium that says Puffy AmiYumi tonight. This right here is where their instruments were, most notably Ami's drums, and really like the whole sort of, I guess you could say, concert section they could have set up. There's Yumi on her scooter with Ami kind of giving the peace sign. There's Kaz right there. That's both sides open for twice the Rockin' Fun. See back. And just knocked over the figures. Here's this side. You have the bus right there with with basically just overall some mayhem going on because it is Japan. Here's the other side with a bunch of their fans getting excited for one of their concerts. Here's the top, which kind of represents outer space. Kind of some vibes of the Puffy Knots episode. Bottom, which is just a typical sort of purplish color. And then here's the back. As you can see, front of the bus, checks for fast getaways. Includes band manager Kaz. I'm definitely happy that I got him. There, the girls doing their thing, rocking out. And then it shows some of the other products they could get. I have done reviews of the 2-packs, Rock On and Costume Adventure. Both of those I did previously get. And then there's the Dual Cast pets, as well as the World Tour Ami and Yumi dolls, the real life singers. And then the Shop Galleria playset to go along with them. And since I'm kind of high on it as of late, I am just going to point this out. For those of you who probably don't know 100%. Right there. Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, Mattel. Now I want you to remember that. Mattel. What? I want to point this out. What particular franchise has merchandise made by Mattel and has been super freaking successful for close to 20 years. That would be the Disney Pixar Cars diecast line. Boom. Mattel. Ha! Look at that. And by the way, this is the single of Remembrance Lightning McQueen with the Rusty's collector card from early 2018 from Case B. So, just wanted to show that because I still think that's really cool. Oh, actually, before I forget, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'll have the text on the bottom. I'll have the description on the bottom in very clear lettering. It says, join Yumi and Ami as they travel the world aboard the hottest concert tour bus around, live and lounge in the dress area, or live large on stage while putting on the ultimate rock and roll show. And obviously you can see you have the real Ami and Yumi right there with the show's logo. In their Cartoon Network counterparts' respective colors. Yeah, again, that's pretty much it for the box. And actually, one other thing. Since I mentioned the Cars diecast line, for a bit of a size comparison, here's just a regular old Lightning McQueen. This is the Cars 3 Remembrance version. There's the size difference between the two. Yeah. Pretty big. Yeah, McQueen's just gonna head back on over to Ryu Springs. Maybe Ami and Yumi could possibly swing by at some point and put on some concerts. So yeah. Now that we've taken a look at the box, just want to give a little bit more of an explanation as to how I got this. And much similar to that of the previous 2 packs, I initially got this when I got my first YouTube payment. I got this, the promotional drumsticks, and an extra little accessory pack for the Rockin 2-pack, so I could get an extra guitar that I could paint orange to make it look more like Ami's guitar, so I could have both her and Yumi actually playing their guitars. And again, the other items I got were the promotional drumsticks and pins, which I will link in the description below, along with the card suggestion if I remember to put it up here. And then, of course, the third item was this. So, yeah. And obviously, as you can also kind of tell, speaking of the Rockin pack, I do have the AmiYumi figures from that pack back there, along with the ones from the Costume Adventure pack. Because technically, this is the third Hi Puffy AmiYumi item that I've gotten that was made and released by Mattel. And obviously, again, all of these were released back in holiday of around mid-fall 2005. That was when we started to get a crap load of merchandise for the show. Which, again, I'm still gonna point this out. Nickelodeon. It took Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers about almost a year to release merchandise for Hi Puffy AmiYumi. But yeah, regarding another show that Janice Kawaii was involved in, being Mod Up to the Teenage Robot, you literally took 20 fucking years to finally make some shit for Teenage Robot.
That only took 20 fucking years.
I'm never gonna pass up the opportunity whenever it actually makes sense to actually take a jab at Nickelodeon for how dirty they treated Teenage Robot. Honestly, Janice Kawaii's characters, like Ami and Jenny, deserve better. I'm just gonna say that, because she's a freaking sweetheart. And obviously, as you can also see in the background, I do have the Let's Go DVD sealed, and the Together Forever book. I do hope to get another one of the Let's Go DVD so I can open that up, as well as the Rock Forever DVD. But that seems to be a little bit more rare. But Anyway, let's actually get into the tour bus. I'll actually do the figures last to kind of get all the details of the tour bus down and out. So let me just give you a quick little 360 of this thing. I just absolutely adore this thing. Ever since I first got it, I've just fallen in love with it. Now, again, this is basically a playset that's meant to be for little kids. But honestly, as someone who's a huge fan of the show, definitely makes for a pretty nice display piece. And yes, it does actually roll. These wheels right here don't actually roll, but it does have ones underneath to kind of give it the illusion that it actually rolls. And it actually has two sets of wheels up here in the front, where in the show, there's actually only like one extra. There's only one set of wheels, which is like, I believe right here. I'm gonna put pictures on the screen for some references here. And obviously the reason why there are two sets of wheels up here is, like the box showed, the front cab kind of acts as a little mini car, and it basically is a launcher. I could do that again for you. And even on carpet, it actually gets some pretty decent distance. Like, I'll pan over here just ever so slightly, so you can see. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And I'm sorry for the sniffling. I am. Weather's kind of been acting up lately. Now just take a bit of a closer look at some of these decals, which are all paper stickers, but I've come to expect that at this point. AmiYumi just kind of relaxing on the bus, looking all happy and whatnot, with their cats, Joyride and Techie. Or, that's Techie, that's Joyride. Now, you don't actually get the cats in the set, but fortunately, because the Rockin pack, I do in fact have Joyride and Techie. So I can actually have them in the tour bus, just like on the decal here. And right here in the front, the windshield, there's Kaz, obviously driving the bus. Now, it is kind of weird to actually have him, like, right here, or even the girls there, because obviously this is supposed to be, like, where the engine is when they're supposed to be inside of the bus driving it. But, again, it's meant to be a playset, so I can't really complain too much. Oh, and by the way, love the little flame job. And obviously, you know where I got that from. Mr. Ramon himself. Actually, since I have him out, yeah, I just want to do a quick little comparison. Really nice design there. And also, why the hell not, bring him back out. Cars 3 remembers Lightning McQueen. Just knowing the fact that this tour bus actually has a flaming paint job very much reminds me of both Lightning McQueen and Ramon from Cars. I mean, come on. Anyway, as we're looking at the other side, you see Ami presumably, like, laughing, Yumi looking a little pissed off, and then Joyride holding a sweater up that's based with Kaz's face, which is taken directly from Cats vs. Cats. Again, I'll put a little clip from the episode playing on the screen here, so you can see exactly where that is referenced. Oh. Hit the camp. Hit my phone stand. Yeah, I'm seriously considering getting myself a new one, because this one is kind of like on its last legs. I'll actually kind of just really quick take it off here, so you can see. Yeah, not really in the best of shape. And yes, that is what I use. I've been using this since 2020. think I'm possibly going to ask for a tripod for my birthday, because again, this thing has just been really pissing me off quite a bit lately. No, you don't. Okay. If this keeps falling, if this falls over again, like if it gets launched out from it being too tight and the support not really holding it, I'm obviously gonna need to cut again. Or I'm gonna need to cut, because this is just getting ridiculous. So anyway, and here's the back. This basically, when you actually open this up, this kind of acts as a little stand. But at the same time, it also holds the piano accessory, which is actually accurate to the show. I believe this is meant to be like the back window in the show. And now we're back to the other side. And actually, before we actually end up going inside, I want to point out how the girls look here. And on the other side, you can see, actually show the actual figures of them. You can see Ami actually doesn't have her signature, I guess you could say, eyelashes here. And then Yumi, first of all, she has freckles. And secondly, she has some sort of like brace on her left wrist there, which is actually a lot more similar to how the older concept art images of the two of them look. Which, again, I will show some pictures for some reference. Which I think is pretty interesting, because again, these came out because this bus and the 2-packs, along with a bunch of the other merchandise, came out in fall 2005, well after the initial premiere of the show. So Mattel probably got these around 2000, got the images around 2004, early 2004, or late 2003, early 2004, I believe. And they basically put these into production around late 2004 when the show first premiered. And they basically ended up shipping these out, obviously, around holiday of 2005. Or, I think summer 2005, maybe. So they would be in stores for the fall. But yeah, again, that's just very interesting to me. Now, see on both sides, it does say, hi, hi. Oh yeah, and also, there are 2 seatbelts in the front, so you can actually have, either Kaz and one of the girls, or both of the girls. What I do, whenever I'm carrying this thing around, I have Kaz inside along with the cats, and I basically have Ami and Yumi, right in the front seat. And obviously, I basically have Ami driving, as a funny nod to the driving school episode, which I'll play a clip here. Yeah, Ami, you were really driving too slow. You were taking that safety thing way too seriously, no offense. Heck, even this is how bad it was for all 3 of them, actually. Even SpongeBob could drive better than all 3 of you combined. In the boating school episode, when he was being coached by Patrick, he was driving way better. Until he obviously realized he was cheating, but still. I'm just saying. So now that we've taken a look at the exterior, and now that I showed the driver's seat area, let's take a look at the inside of the bus and how it opens up. So first, this is just what I personally do. I open this door, which is basically supposed to be the door that obviously opens in the show. Then I pull this down, which is obviously the floor here. You then fold the other side down, and then you basically extend it, and you fold the roof up, like that, and then pull the back hatch down, and there. And before I actually go into the, I actually put all the different accessories in there from the bus and the other packs. I'll actually show you this side really quick. this is obviously supposed to be the concert stage, where you can actually have the girls doing their concerts, obviously. Now, like I said before, my Ami figure, her left arm is, again, kind of like just limp. So she can't exactly play the drums like normal. But even then, at the same time, her hands can't exactly grip her drumsticks that well. Yeah, you can see they just kind of fall out there. So, I'll just simply... I know you're gonna see a lot of cuts in this video. But again, that's just the way it's kind of been with this set lately, and especially with the way I'm kind of doing this review. So, let me cut here and see if I can actually get her to actually look somewhat presentable behind the drums. So as you can see, I did get Ami all actually like posed decently. I also got Yumi with her guitar, and I also got Cass like just off to the side watching as usual. Now the feature here is there's a little like winch, I guess you could say, that basically makes it to where they move their arms. Like, Ami obviously moves her arms to play the drums, and then Yumi moves her arm right here to make it look like she's actually playing her guitar. Now, again, I can't exactly, like, demonstrate that, because, like I said before, my Ami figure is kind of like, I guess you could say, I know I sound like a broken record. She has a limp arm, okay? But there is a video that I've actually become kind of a fan of, and it's partially why I wanted to get these 2-packs and the tour bus, that actually fully demonstrated the, that feature. So I will actually play that right here. And yes, I will give credit to them in the description. So yeah, that is the feature for you. And I'll actually take the girl's eye here first for a little bit. Now, I'm actually kind of curious as to whether or not the feature actually works without them. Like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe the lights or oh yeah, I actually did almost forget to mention there is an on-off switch. Like right here. Okay, so it is on. So maybe it doesn't exactly work. Either it doesn't work when they're not there, or the batteries have kind of like died out. Which may be kind of a bummer, because there is another little feature inside of the bus on the other side that actually has a few other sounds that can be pushed with a button in here, and I'll actually show that in a little bit. But first, let me turn this bus back around so I can actually get all the accessories put into place. Okay, so this is pretty much what you get in the tour bus alone. Now, I want to point out that I am actually kind of missing one accessory, and it's this little, like, I guess you could say it's almost like a phone, it looks like. Like, I'll put a picture on the screen so you'll know exactly what it looks like, but again, it's like some sort of like little phone piece, and it has like a little It has like a little peg underneath, kind of like the little handheld mirror and bottle of perfume back here. But I had displayed like right next to my laptop, so it'd be like at the same level as my face. And unfortunately, I kind of leaned back like right into it, and all the pieces went like flying everywhere. And for some stupid reason, I could not find that one or the other accessory, which is this little piggy bank. I was able to find this little piggy bank behind my laptop, but I haven't been able to find that little phone. And that was another reason why I was kind of holding off on this review, thinking that it was possibly going to show up. But again, so similar to what happened when Steven from the Brickster reviewed the Ninjago Vampire Mech and how he lost the exclusive Scythe of Quakes. I'm sorry that I couldn't find it, but it's just a tiny little accessory. But just know it's not an error. It was just something stupid that I did. So again, I'm sorry about that. So let's just move past that and let's look at everything that comes with the set. Now, the first thing I want to point out is that there's this little table right here. And it has these 6 little cardboard cutouts of some food as well as a newspaper. Got a couple of what look like soda cups. Two trays of sushi. A little box of what looks like, noodles. And again, a little roll of newspaper. Now, there are little slits on the table here, so you can actually kind of have them stand up on them. Or, so you can kind of like wedge them in and have them stand up to kind of create a nice little dinner scene. Or whatever scene you want to make. And then there's also like this little bouquet or flower pot. I just put it right in the dead center, so it looked a little bit more, I guess you could say, regal. Now, I also want to point out, be careful with these, because over time, especially with the 2 trays of sushi, their legs will actually get worn down and kind of, I guess you could say, deteriorate. So, moving on from that, yeah, this I absolutely adore. You actually get a box of Super Rainbow Blast, which is the cereal that Ami was obsessing over in Collect All 5. Which, since I have the book right here, I'll actually show you, since it is one of the stories in the book. Right there. See? All because she wanted those 5 Hogo Buddies. This is one example where I don't exactly need to pull up the actual episode or play some clips from the episode, because obviously because it's literally illustrated in the book here. It's actually the only sort of, I guess you could say, adventure that was actually made into one of the episodes. The other 2 being Play Ball and the Boy Band, that were not made into official episodes. I just love that scene. Actually, maybe that's where the little table came from, Ami's room, from that tea party scene. I don't know. And actually, if you saw my Rock On 2-pack review, you'd know that you get a box of Super Rainbow Blast in that pack too. So now I have 2 of them, and I also have a box of Panda Flakes, which was seen at the very end of Collect All 5. And also, as you know, since I got those 2 packs, I have a crap load of other accessories that I can add on to this tour bus, which I'll do after I do sort of an overview of this. Now, like I mentioned before, there's also this little piggy bank, which is actually meant to be a nod to the Kaz Almighty episode from when Ami and Yumi were trying to tell those, natives about who Kaz really is, and in one of the flashbacks, it showed Kaz actually breaking into this little piggy bank to basically steal some money. Classic Kaz Harada, being a greedy as fuck cheapskate. And yes, that is the first. And yes, Kappa, that is your first clue to this review not being for kids. So, as I also showed you earlier, you do get a set of drumsticks for Ami here. And actually, since I actually have the, since I have the Rockin pack, I also do want a quick little comparison between the ones in that set versus the ones here. So, these are the drumsticks from the tour bus, and then these are the ones from the Rockin pack. So you can see they are different colors. This one's a lighter gray, this one's a darker gray, almost like silver to an extent. I don't exactly know which one's more accurate. Like, actually, I don't think either of them are accurate, because in the show, they're obviously supposed to be tan. Much like the promotional drumsticks I have. So, I don't exactly know where these came from, but it's nice to have a little bit of a variation between the two. I'll just put those back. And obviously, you also do get Yumi's guitar. Really nice here. And there's this little notch right here. So, again, you can actually have... So you can slide it on her left hand and make it look like she's playing the guitar. Now, obviously, again, can't exactly demonstrate it myself, but this could make for some pretty decent little stop motions, which, if you see my channel, if you've watched me ever since I got this tour bus, you know I've been doing a ton of scene recreation stop motion scene recreations from the show, using just this bus and these figures alone. And actually, I'll also compare the guitar in this set to the one from, again, the Rockin pack. So you can see this one's obviously a lot less detailed compared to this one. Another thing I was kind of waiting to do until after I reviewed this set is actually paint this one to look a little bit more like the one from the Rockin pack. This one actually seems to be more of a pinkish color. Although on camera it looks a little bit more orangish. Whereas the Rockin pack version is definitely a very nice true red. And originally it wasn't a matte. It didn't look like it was matte. I just simply painted it that way because that's how I did the other guitar to look like more like Ami's. And the neck really has no detailing whatsoever up here. So again, I am thinking about possibly repainting it to look a little bit more like this one. And again, bear with me as I have a bit of a runny nose because of the weather lately, and because I'm still I am almost I am almost 2 weeks removed from getting over a cold. Come on. Alright, there we go. A couple other things you get here is this little boombox. Definitely very nice for listening to music. And it's completely hollow on the back. Right here. Made in China. Obviously, this was way before Mattel was making a lot of stuff in Thailand. Aside from, obviously, the early Cars. The first few Cars diecast from 2006 when the first movie came out. Let's get a little alarm clock right here. Which, actually, I feel like this could be a nod to one of the sounds here. Which, again, which the button is right here. And then you also get two little animal plushes. This looks like a purple donkey. You see right there. Got some nice looking eyes there. Actually, no, it looks more... Actually, no, it looks... Yeah, it's actually a horse, not a donkey. Donkey! Shrek fans will know. And then you also get this little bunny here. No, I don't think it... And no, this doesn't look like Bunny Hill. This just looks like a generic-looking bunny. Although, actually... Okay, never mind. I was trying to look at it, like, with my own eyes. I thought I possibly had the teenage robot sort of art style for the eyes, but no, it doesn't. And as you saw behind or earlier, you get 2 microphone stands. And actually these I know, live comparisons here. These are also different from the ones from the Rockin pack. And put one back there. So you can see right here. The ones in the tour bus seem to be, yeah, the tour bus ones have a much bigger base. And they're actually slightly taller as well, which is interesting. And again, no detailing whatsoever, whereas this is also all one piece, whereas this is obviously 2 separate pieces. The microphone is separate from the stand. I just simply glued them together so they wouldn't fall out, so they wouldn't, like, come off super easily. And then the last 2 accessories, again, aside from that little phone-ish, or phone-looking accessory, are these right over here, which are a little perfume bottle, right here. And my camera will focus. It's probably because it's a similar color. It's somewhat of a similar color to my hand. Oh, come on. There we go. You can see right there. Jeez. It's not a McFrozen Nuggets review without my camera going crazy with the freaking out with the focus. There we go. See, very nicely molded right there. And that definitely seems to be for Ami. And then the other accessory is this little mirror, which, from looking at the way it is, this has got to be Yumi's. Yeah, it's got that little skull emblem on it, which is the same, which is exactly what Yumi has on her shirt. And this does flip up. See right there. The bottom is yellow, presumably it represents some powder maybe, and the top part is gray, is just standard, a normal looking gray. Probably represent the actual mirror section. And again, very nicely molded. Got that little peg so I can actually put it right back here. Unfortunately, there wasn't like a little section for that little phone, so that could possibly be another reason why I ended up unfortunately losing it. But again, as I've said as well, at least I know it's in my room and not like somewhere out, like some other place. And actually, I also want to. I just kind of want to show the background here, and really more of the inside here, because it's really nicely detailed. There's a nice little promotional image of the girls rocking out. Oh. Stand just, or my phone just snapped out of the stand, but, but I don't need to cut here because I was actually holding my phone anyway. Nice little background there. I think this almost looks like the kitchen, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but it does have that sort of art style from the show. You also got the 2 beds here. The pink for Ami and the deep purplish for Yumi. Lower my phone down just ever so slightly. There's the calendar, which showcases August. I think that's somewhat of a nod to. This may be a bit of a coincidence, but that's actually was seen in the Puffy Licious episode when Yumi said the cute and funny as hell line. Now, where did I put my gorilla suit? Before the 2 of them started laughing. There's this little. I don't know 100% what this is. Maybe. Oh, it looks like a dancing machine. Or, yeah, it looks like a dancing TV. Okay. Kinda didn't realize that until just now. And there's, like, this little, like, table, I believe. Where it has, like, what look like some pictures on one side. And it actually rotates. so you can have what looks like a computer with a full-fledged keyboard and mouse, which is pretty cool. And there's another little TV right here. Yeah, my shadow's kind of like causing my camera not to focus too well, so I'll move this way. You see, it looks like the outside with a nice little bench there. And the last little detail, I just absolutely adore this one. Right here. Come on. There is a picture of the two of them hugging each other, and it says best friends, and that is a direct reference to the Ami secret episode where she secretly joined the circus just to raise some money for a special surprise party to celebrate the anniversary of their band. But Yumi and Cass stupidly thought that she was leaving the band. But yet, how are they not supposed to how did they not notice that Ami was not having a good time in the circus? Like how? How did they not recognize that? So yeah, as you probably can tell, this is the Easter eggs in this bus, aside from the well, nod to driving school, are all mainly references from Season 1. As obviously Season 2, when this was being made, when this playset and the 2-packs were being made, Season 2 hadn't come out yet, and Season 3 was just starting to, I believe, air its episodes around this time. So yeah. And now we've gotten all that covered, let's get the rest of the accessories from the, some of the other accessories from the 2-packs and put them in the bus. Alright, all the other accessories are now in the tour bus, or at least around it. And I also went ahead and brought AmiYumi and Kaz into the mix. Actually, I'll move Ami out of the way so you can see Junkang. There. I'll move Yumi a little bit close. Right there. Alright. So yeah. This is another reason why I love the fact that I have both the 2-packs and the tour bus, because then I can basically combine accessories from both 2-packs and basically add them to the tour bus to make it look and feel a little bit more complete. Yeah, just kind of do a bit of a panoramic view of everything in their place. Ami's at the table. He's just kind of chilling right there. And then so is Kaz. And their cats are just relaxing over by the beds, kind of. And now the last thing, before I actually completely forget, like the typical idiot moron I am, I'll actually move Kaz into frame here. Or for this. And that is that little button right there. Can't see it, but it has it has what looks like a little flower kind of embossed on it. And it actually has 3 different sounds. 2 of which are just sort of your typical sort of sound effects that kind of fit with this. And my phone's about to pop out of the stand. But fortunately, I was able to catch it this time. Yeah. And I actually did test it off camera. And yes, the batteries do still work. So that confirms that the sort of concert feature won't work without the 2 of the girls actually in there. So yeah. Some sort of ringing, which considering the fact that there's an alarm clock here, I think that could be a nod to the alarm clock actually kind of ringing. It definitely can't be like the phone that you would get with this, because that sort of has a digital sort of sound or ringtone, like what was heard in visiting hours. Vacuum sound. And this last one, which I did short of almost a little while after I got the tour bus. This, I'm not gonna, like I said before, this is a funny as shit line.
Hey, Puffy AmiYumi, yo!
Kaz singing the Hi Puffy AmiYumi theme song. That is taken directly from the very first episode of the show, Disharmony. When he was in the shower, AmiYumi were trying to get him to get rid of Harmony. They all end up crashing, and while Yumi and Ami and Yumi were covering their ears hearing Kaz singing, Harmony basically becomes his number one fan. That is just freaking hilarious that they actually included that little reference in there. I'm just gonna say this: that one reference alone, I would actually, to be honest, just hearing that, I actually wanted to. If anyone wants to possibly look into getting this, complete obviously. Get just based on that one little reference alone. Like it is that funny. So yeah. Anyway, now let's actually finish off this review, or not 100% finish off. Let's actually take a look at those figures now. So let's start this off here with Kaz, the band manager. He is exclusive to this pack. And like I said before, he originally did not have the eyebrows. I just painted them on, but you gotta admit, he actually looks quite a bit better with the eyebrows on. It looks more accurate to the show. You can see the detailing on his face for his facial hair and his glasses. And they actually look a little, and actually his eyes actually look more centered as opposed to some others where they kind of look, I guess you could say, like a little wacky face, or placed, I guess you could say. He's got his gray hair on the back. To be honest, I feel like it should be a little bit lighter. Like, this is like way too dark of a gray. I think it should be, again, a little bit lighter, but maybe it's because of the fact that this is obviously meant to be, like, representing a 2D animated character. Actually, no, I think it is kind of this dark in the show. He's also got his little black shirt, blue pants, and his some dark gray shoes. He does not have any articulation, it's all just molded to be like this. But, not really a big deal. Yeah, there is Kaz. And of course now for the two girls themselves, Ami and Yumi. This is another reason why I wanted to get this tour bus, because obviously these are their main outfits from the show, as opposed to the two packs, which just simply have alternative looks for them from throughout the show that weren't obviously their main dominant appearances. But again, these are their main dominant appearances in the show. Ami's cute little nightgown, and Yumi's little punk rock sort of get up with her skull t-shirt, her little spiked wristbands, and then obviously her little neck brace. I'll do a quick 360 of Yumi. And again, they did not have the eyebrows originally, I just painted them on. Here's the back. And then Ami. And they do both have movable heads. I just simply, with Ami, it's just really, really tight, and she was actually kind of like, originally like, positioned like this, where she almost looked like she was looking off to her left. So I just simply have it like this instead, so it looks like she's looking forward a little bit more. Here's the back of her. Absolutely love these two. So now for the actual comparisons, I'll actually start with Ami first. Get the other figures of her that I previously got. I'll first start off with the one from the Costume Adventure pack. right now I have her in the, her cowgirl up here. Her cowgirl outfit. And actually, something interesting, all three of them have slightly different colored hair. Like, this one is actually slightly darker than the other, than the Rockin pack, and this one. It's kind of hard to see it on the camera right now. Like, it looks like they're pretty much almost the exact same color. But trust me when I say they are different colors. And actually, also, too, the mouth on this new one, or on this one, is actually very, very similar to the one on the Costume Adventure one. Now, obviously, I actually did paint the mouse on the 2-pack figures. I did not do that on the new ones, because I think it kind of looks a little bit better without that extra, or I think it's a little bit more accurate to the show. I still like the how it looks a little bit more vibrant with their tongues. Now, see, she also does have that sort of anime sort of looking expression on her, and obviously she also has that sort of like casual, like smirking expression. And I did try this. No, these cannot be put on these figures. The costumes are not compatible with the figures from the tour bus. But, so I just wanted to point that out really quick. Little 360s here. And yeah, their boots are different because obviously this is meant to actually be compatible with the bus and play their instruments, whereas these ones are not. And obviously, like I've also mentioned before, I put glue underneath on the bottom of their shoes or boots so they can actually stand up properly. And now for the Rock-On figure of Ami. I have her in her actual, like, rock star outfit from the end of Metal Mental. This one actually has almost the exact same sort of eye expression as the tour bus figure. Obviously, just a slightly bigger mouth. She actually looks a little bit more happy, I guess you could say. Here. And obviously, she also has the expression where she has her eyes closed. And the mouth is actually more similar to the one on this one. So, again, a little 360 of the two of them. And like I said, if you want to see my reviews of the 2-packs, I will link them in the description below. So now, as I put the Ami figure, So now, as I put the Ami figures back, we will take a look at Yumi next, or compare the figures of Yumi. Now with Yumi, there's no variation in the hair. They're all the exact same color. It's just the hair on this gal is obviously a slightly different mold from the ones in the 2-packs. So like before, starting with the Costume Adventure pack, I almost feel like this hair is slightly more accurate to the show, but I still like the way this one looks. Like it's all it's kind of like different takes on them. I know there's no hole in this Yumi figure's hair because again, not compatible with the ones from the 2-packs, as this one has the hole in her hair for the hat that was in the Rockin pack, so it could be interchangeable or interchanged with this one. And this one also has the sort of like smirking expression there. And again, I also have Yumi in her cowgirl outfit. And same thing with the one from the Rockin pack. I have her in her Rockstar uniform. And very coincidentally enough, she does still have her skull emblem on her shirt, just like the one in the 2-pack, or not the 2-pack, the tour bus. And actually, initially, I didn't think that this Yumi was actually kind of like smiling, or at least smirking, like on the box, but Apparently that's just the art style. Because there are times where they just simply have like sort of straight or slightly diagonal lines to kind of represent them kind of, I guess you could say, smiling slightly or smirking. And this one has a sort of more annoyed expression. This one is almost like a hybrid between this expression and this one. Where she's kind of just simply got that casual sort of swag look to her. So yeah, that is it for the comparisons with Ami and Yumi. So now let's basically finish up this review. Alright, so that is it for my review on the Hi Puffy AmiYumi Rockin' World Tour Bus playset. Again, if you are able to, and you're able to find it and if you can find for a decent enough price online, I highly suggest you pick it up, because it is a great addition to any Hi Puffy AmiYumi collection. Like I said before, with the 2-packs as well as this, I got lucky. I just happened to find them at I just happened to find these at just the right place and at just the right time. And obviously, as a result of that, I am very, very thankful for that. Now, as you can kind of see, I have it almost looking like absolute mayhem, with like 3 different Amis and 3 different Yumis, and Cass is just simply trying to like get away from all of it, because he's like, how can I can barely handle 1 Ami and Yumi. How can I handle 3 Amis and 3 Yumis? Typical Kaz. Typical Kaz. But yeah, obviously, as usual, social media links are in the description below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this. I'll link to all my other AmiYumi reviews, again, on the 2-packs, as well as the promotional drumsticks. And obviously, with the reveal of some more diecast from Disney Pixar's Cars coming this year, like the Lemons, definitely look forward to seeing reviews on them. But until I possibly get my hands on a Let's Go DVD that I can open, as well as the Rock Forever DVD, this may be the last Hi Puffy AmiYumi review for a while. But you'll still see more content from the show on my channel for the foreseeable future. And just like before, I will make as much content as I possibly can off of this tour bus, and I seriously need to finish this up before my stand goes kaput, because my phone keeps sliding off. So yeah, as usual, love all you Frosies to death, and of course, do not forget to keep it rigid and rock on!
Okay, back to work? Hi.